This Museum Connect video, supported by the Arts Council through the Wessex Museums Partnership, is inspired by the Donald Gross Herbarium. Now, the herbarium is not usually on display to people at the Wiltshire Museum, but at the moment it's part of the Wildlife in the Red digital exhibition on the Wessex Museum's website. So you can have a look at that if you want. But this video, part 1, and part 2 with our artist James Aldridge, is all about inspiring you and your family to get out in your local area and start to notice the biodiversity around you. All of the different types of plant life that make up your local landscape, from your walk to school, to your local park, to the place that you go out to ride your bikes. So I'm on my way out right now to see what I can find within 100, 200 feet of my own house. I'm going to share that with you in a minute. But first, let's find out a little bit more about the herbarium itself. This is what the herbarium looks like in the museum stores, but it's what's inside that makes it so much more important.
At the museum, we care for a large collection of botanical specimens, and the Donald Gross Herbarium is made up of about 9,000 sheets of pressed plant specimens, mostly collected in Wiltshire in the 1940s and 50s. Donald Gross was a jeweller by profession with a shop in Swindon. He was born in 1900, and by the time of his death in 1973, he'd established himself as Wiltshire's most distinguished botanist, and he is best known for his work, The Flora of Wiltshire. Donald Gross was also Chief Botanical Recorder for Wiltshire, covering about 1,400 square miles, and most Wednesday afternoons and Sundays were spent collecting plant specimens with his wife Ivy May and an army of helpers.
Donald later became a campaigner, publishing this, campaigning for better treatment of roadside verges in Wiltshire. We've been working with a charity, Plantlife, based in Salisbury, who are continuing much of this kind of work right now.
Hello, I'm Trevor Dines and I'm a botanist at Plantlife, the wild plant conservation charity. Plants really are our incredible friends. They alone capture energy from the sun and use this to fuel all our other wildlife. They're the Earth's best way of capturing carbon and preventing flooding and soil erosion. They provide us with oxygen, many medicines, and of course all of our food to eat. And just as importantly, they colour our landscapes and bring us immense joy. But without our help, 1 in 5 of our wild plants are in danger of extinction. Even once common wildflowers like ragged robin, tormentil and field scabious are heading towards becoming threatened in England. So Plantlife works throughout Britain to save our flora. We own nearly 4,500 acres of nature reserves in the UK, and we have 11,000 members and supporters. Our experts work with landowners, businesses, community groups and governments to help save our rarest plants and ensure that familiar ones continue to thrive. For example, we're campaigning to encourage councils to mow our road verges differently so that wildflowers have a chance to set their seed and spread. This less and later approach to cutting has been backed by over 118,000 people signing our petition, and it would be great to have your support too. We're also championing the creation of new wildflower meadows, of which over 97% have been lost in a single generation. Our expert meadow makers advise how best to go about creating wildflower meadows, and we've spearheaded the creation of 12,000 acres of meadows just in the last 6 years. So do check us out at plantlife.org.uk, and if you want to join our fight for the flowers, we'd love to have you as a member.
This is just some of the plant life that I discovered so close to my own home. Working with the herbarium and Plantlife has really inspired me to stop and notice the wonderful things that are around me and the biodiversity that's so important. If you'd like to do this more with your family, watch part 2 of our video with local artist James Aldridge as he shows you how you can make your own creative biodiversity journal.